Sometimes, groundbreaking weapons don't play center stage in any grandiose conflict. Some legends are humble champions and let their success speak for itself. Hello and welcome to the 10th episode in my Payday 2 weapon guide. In this video, we'll be taking a look at the Stryk 18C. Another weapon returning from Payday the Heist, the Stryk is quite obviously based on the Glock line of pistols, specifically the Glock 18C. While the founding engineer, Gaston Glock, had almost no experience with firearms, he did have a great deal of knowledge in durable plastics and polymers, something that would go on to define all of Glock's weapons. First developed in 1986, the 18C, like all Glock pistols, was unique for its day, being constructed mostly of polymers and plastics, leading many to doubt its durability. Despite this, the Glock line of pistols has become one of the most popular, accounting for 2/3 of all law enforcement sales in the United States. While the 18C may not be practical for most police, its incredibly high rate of fire and full auto capability have made it legendary amongst gamers and firearms collectors alike. In-game, the Stryk 18C is a very unique weapon, and truly one of a kind in its class, being the only fully automatic pistol featured thus far. Base damage is in the lower category, and on par with the Chimano 88 at 35. While quite lackluster on its own, it is capable of dispatching most enemies with a single headshot on overkill and below. Special enemies will obviously require a little bit extra attention to ensure their disposal. Using a high-level suppressor skills, and one-handed talent ace can nearly double the damage dealt, allowing it to be used for rapid takedowns on almost any enemy regardless of difficulty. Fire rate is the main selling point of the Stryk, coming in at a blistering 909 rounds per minute by default, but it can be increased to 1364 with gun nut aced. Taking advantage of this will be key to the effective use of this weapon. Paired with muscle, an unsuppressed 18C can quickly cause non-special enemies to panic thanks to the Disturbing of Peace perk card, a great way to gain some utility out of the high rate of fire if you do not plan on using specialized killing or professional. Just remember to be mindful of reloads as they will be extremely frequent with this weapon thanks to its rate of fire. Stability, while not terrible for most other weapons, is quite low considering this weapon's rate of fire, and will come in at just 60 by default. Keep in mind that maxing this out should be a pretty top priority when using this weapon, as shooting a lot of rounds downrange does little good if they don't strike their target. Fortunately, running with a suppressor build can easily max out stability, even when attempting to obtain high concealment for a dodge or critical hit build. Keep in mind that per shot, handguns have higher recoil than many other weapon classes, so the effects of recoil will be much more pronounced than other high rate of fire weapons like the Clairon. Accuracy is also acceptable at 52, making it effective at medium ranges with a reasonable degree of accuracy. Keep in mind that the Glock line of pistols, including the 88 and Custom, have a higher hip-fire spread than many other handguns, so the use of fire control aced may be beneficial. With even a competitive dodge build, the accuracy value can be increased by roughly 25%, decreasing your potential cone of fire by a factor of 4. While you won't be picking off snipers with a single shot across the map, it will at least give you a fighting chance and make you much more competitive at medium ranges. Magazine size by default is fairly high for pistols, but small considering it behaves more like an SMG. 20 rounds will disappear quite quickly, especially in frantic engagements, so taming your excitement and leaning towards precision can help this out to some degree. Thankfully, gun nut basic and extended magazines can increase your magazine capacity up to a maximum of 37 rounds, making it competitive with many SMGs without the surefire skill. Total ammo capacity is pretty generous by default, although it may not feel that way considering how quickly you will burn through your 160 rounds of ammunition. With fully loaded, you will gain 2 additional standard magazines, bringing your total to 200 rounds. Unfortunately, the standard ammo pickup rate is pretty pathetic for how much damage the weapon does, gaining only 2.16 to 7.56 rounds with a walk-in closet, but increasing a bit to 2.8 to 9.8 with fully loaded ace. This may necessitate the use of either a non-specialized primary weapon or the use of fully loaded or ammo bags to maintain good economy. Reload speeds are thankfully painless, as you will be performing them often. Tactical reloads will take 1.47 seconds, with a full rechamber taking 2.12 seconds. While this can be decreased by the use of the Desperado Ace skill, for most it will be more than manageable so long as you don't linger too far from cover. For our build, we'll be focusing on a high-speed, low-drag dodge build capable of using the Stryk to full effect. Our first modification will be the Champion Suppressor, followed by an accuracy boost, polymer light, ergo grip, extended magazine, red dot sight, and stock. For our skills, the essentials will include Equilibrium, Gun Nut, One-Handed Talent, and Trigger Happy Ace, as well as Specialized Killing Ace, Professional Basic, Inner Pockets, and Optical Illusions Aced. To take advantage of our high concealment, we will use Duck and Cover Ace, in addition to Low Blow and Sneaky Bastard Basic. Our perk deck of choice will be Rogue, although theoretically Grinder could work as a good substitute, as long as you are comfortable losing a good portion of your dodge abilities. A high concealment primary weapon like the Akimbo Chimano Compacts will make a good pairing with the sidearm, allowing you to gain maximum benefits from both Sneaky Bastard and Low Blow. As an overall assessment, the poor ammo economy of the Stryk and reliance on multiple hits to down enemies makes it a less than ideal choice for higher difficulties for most players, but can be quite a fun weapon to use. Paired with critical hits and RNG, it can quickly down special enemies to include bulldozers and boss enemies. When used exclusively as a sidearm, the Stryk can be very effective when used with a sniper rifle, allowing you to quickly clear rooms when the need arises. This can even be incorporated into a high concealment build with the use of the Grom sniper rifle. While it may not be the most competitive weapon, the Stryk 18 is a force to be reckoned with. With good trigger discipline and plenty of ammo, the 18C will have no problem rending your enemies apart. Thank you very much for watching. Check out my Twitter page to vote on the next weapon I will cover. But until then, happy hunting.